Hey everyone, and in this video, we will talk about the possibility of AI taking over humanity. So, this will have lots of assumptions from me myself, and then, lots of, um, you know, theory crafting about the rationalized, to make things rationalized, right? And then just put lots of thinking into it, and yeah, so let's start, I guess. First thing first, we need to know what AI is, right? So what is AI is artificial intelligence, right? Um so it is intelligence that is made artificially by humans. And so we used AI to to make things easy for us, right? Um, uh, for our daily, like for instance, in manufacturing, and then like for instance, the AI will like sort sort the product or the raw material. For instance, if it is using, like for instance, fruits, and then it can automatically sort out the size of the fruits or the colors, or just based on the characteristics, right? And then if in also if at another technology, like for instance in computer, like AI can help you calculate things that needs to be done, and then to check if your input or data has some mistakes in it. And then if something's have some errors, and then they can detect the errors and then send you back with uh the message saying that something is wrong, right? And then we need to do something. Or the AI of automation, like for instance, you need to have something to be kept at freezing temperature, which is probably 0 degrees Celsius. And then if there is some kind of undetected heat entering the system that increase the temperature, and then the AI can detect that, and then just adds more refrigerant into it, right? And then your things that you stored, the temperature can go low again. So yeah, that's like a few of a lot of uses of AI, right? and and yeah, so first thing first about taking out humans. So if something is about to take over human, then of course that thing needs to be excel at anything that from human, right? Like it is smarter than human, it is stronger, it is more efficient than what humans doing, and stuff like that. So it comes to a basic standard of the needs, like what does this AI need to survive first, right? um just like any other living things. For instance, human needs energy from food. Like for instance, chicken, right? Eating chicken, and then human can uh, get the energy from that. But then where the chicken get the energy from, right? It eats anything, like it eats plant too. And then you know I will put some green to add more color, not yellow or green. Thank you. For instance, like simple plants and stuff like that. And then these plants got their energy resource from the sun, right? Basically, getting for photosynthesis, and then store the food and eaten by the chicken, and then the chicken eaten by human, right? Or directly human get the energy from plants, and etc in any other form. So what about the AI? what do they need? Of course, to run, program or artificial intelligence, they are basically codes, right? Uh, and like for instance, the in the computer you will need the power, right, to run your PC or computer. Basically, you need electricity, right? And this is got from a lot of stuff, like for instance from direct sun using the solar cell, or by the windmill, uh, by the windmill, or not star. Actually, windmill has only four fins, I would say, blade fin, because of engineering and stuff. And then, or from waterfall, there is like things over here that can rotate with the moving parts, and then this whole shaft move along with it, and then it generates electricity, right? And etc etc. But the thing about that is that they need stuff, those materials, right? And before we talking about that, we need again to talk about a base assumption, because in the beginning I said that I make a lot of assumption, right? So the assumption is that the AI was perfect. By perfect, I mean whoever creates the AI or the human has put a lot of stuff for the AI. Like for instance, as detail, like for instance, traits, like it's given the humans emotion, like for instance, about decision making, what will we as human pick for the solution for certain question or problem, right? And then those were passed to the AI as well. And then just a lot of human has emotions, right? Like a lot of emotions, and then those emotions also got uploaded in the codes. Like for instance, if you see something, if you see something that happens to be what you want, then you feel happy about it. If you get something that you don't like or you dislike, then you'll be sad. And then if someone else does something bad to you, then you will feel angry, and etc etc, right? And then that's from the character of human that got implemented in the AI. And then the next will be the general knowledge or information. Like for instance, uh, you you basically just put Wikipedia and upload it into the AI as their brain, basically, so that they got information for their decision making. Like for instance, if it's about health, then they will automatically check about all the papers about, or the journals about health, right? That's talking about that specific topic about health, right? And then they can independently check out and then recheck, and then you know seek for lots of options, and then pick one that's best suited for the topics, right? And yeah, like that's only health. But in this case, then all all knowledge that humans ever know basically got input over here. Like for instance, the distribution of mineral resources across the whole earth, or mathematical equation from the basic Pythagoras, or until calculus, and more complicated stuff. And then physics, in physics too, like for instance quantum mechanics and stuff like that, and etc etc. Even social structure like uh, knowledge about economy or business or management and stuff like that also got implemented inside the AI. Like that's like the base my base assumption, right? The AI is perfect, and then yeah, that's basically the assumption, right? And then again, back to the source of living for the AI, which is electricity or power, I would say. They will need power, right? But to get the power from one of the many alternatives way to get the electricity or the power, they can get from the suns and the sun. I mean, not the suns because there's only one sun in our solar system. So yeah, the sun from the solar cell, right? And to get the solar cell, they need to make one, right? So they implement their AI in basic machinery to craft these, right, the solar cell. But then they need to collect the materials first, right? So they use their knowledge about what I have mentioned earlier about mineral deposits in the ground across the earth, and then they can find lots of rare metal or mineral that is essential to be used in the making of this solar cell basically. And then they use their AI for into robotic to actually craft all of these by hand, like basically, or by simple machinery, and then they craft all of these into this, right? And then yeah, that's basically their living, right? And then their purpose of living, of course, if you know all living things to reproduce, right? Like for instance, human, male met woman, and then uh, they make baby, right? And then same goes with generic animals, like for instance cat, and then the male cat and then the female cat, they reproduce and make lots of kitten, right? And yeah, stuff like that. And this also happened for this AI. So at one time, at one point they will try to reproduce the AI to make their stuff easier for them, right? So they divide into more AI, or I don't know how they do it. Probably just copying and paste their source code into another body of a vessel that can be used as a vessel of their AIs. And yeah, and then so that they can have more more quote unquote people to do stuff, like for instance a lots of making their source, like I said earlier about their main resource, which is electricity. And yeah, and then from there they can continue to grow as a society of AIs and then stuff like that. And yeah, basically they can become more than human, what human have done in the course of history, right? So yeah, that's my take about AI taking over human, because with the assumption of that the AI is perfect, all the codes, information, knowledge, whatever, characteristics, personalities, etc., etc., have been uploaded by human. So it's like um, a better version of human, I would say. So yeah, the question, if the question will AI take over human, then with that explanation, then I would say yes, with all those assumption, right? Because we basically just saying that the AI will be human plus plus all information, right? And efficiency, and then also plus more um, like more excel in all things, not only in one things, right? It's like human but more than human. So in that case, then yeah, I guess the AI will win. But you know, but um, it will be a long time until we actually, I think, I believe personally, I think, we will not have this perfect, quote unquote, perfect AI until very long time in the future, because like I said, to get the assumption of getting everything what human have achieved into the singular AI can take a lot of time, of course, for the uploading itself, and then for the human to collect the all the informations at the first place anyway. So yeah, I guess that will be it for today's discussion about AI. I guess it's a little bit of science fiction. I try to put a lot of thoughts in it, right? Like in any aspects or why or how about what the AI can do, right? And yeah, anyway, that's it for today's discussion. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what do you think about this explanation, or do you think they will actually, actually this can be actual thing that will happen in the future or not. And yeah, I will see you again tomorrow with another discussion. And goodbye.